Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome, everyone who joined us on Facebook and LinkedIn today. We are here for the third episode of the Rise to the Challenge series. I'm Inish. I'm Business Creation Manager for EIT Health InnoStars. So for the last 2 Thursdays, we have been talking with startup leaders who have been sharing their tips for a successful journey with us. Why are we doing this? Because the EIT Health Accelerator Catalog for 2021, all the programs are out there, the deadline is coming, and we want to just get in touch with you, share with you the real experience of startups that have been going through these programs. So EIT Health is funded by the European Union. We are the largest European network of healthcare innovators, and we are definitely the best place for researchers, entrepreneurs, startups, SMEs to get in contact with and get the support they need to launch or grow their companies. So today with us, we have here Alessandro Monterosso, CEO of PatchAI. PatchAI was in the cohort of selected startups in the InnoStars Awards 2019. They won the 3rd place of the digital health category of the EIT Health Catapult 2020. And very recently, they have announced they have raised a seed round of 1.7 million euros with the support of the EIT Health Investor Network. Welcome, Alessandro.
Thank you, Ines. Happy to be here, and nice to meet you, everyone. I hope this conversation will help you entering the EIT network soon.
For sure it will. For sure it will. So just before we start, just a small reminder that we are live on Facebook and LinkedIn of EIT Health InnoStars. You can make all the questions you want to Alessandro and to our team on the comment sections. Okay. If you need more information about the programs, the link for the catalog will be posted in the comment sections. You can also visit our website, eithealth.eu, or the innostarter.eithealth.eu. All the information is there. All our context is there. So just participate in today's sessions with questions, and let's start with it. And now I need to look at my notes because, Alessandro, in only 3 years, PatchAI achieved quite a lot. And just to list some achievements, you grew your team to 17 superstars. And I love the fact that you wrote superstars. So I really love that. You have participated in 3 acceleration programs. You have won 8 international competitions. You have raised more than 2 million euros in funding. And you are now working with 2 of the largest pharma companies in the world. So how did this happen? How does it feel to have achieved so much in such a short period of time?
Thank you, Ines, for the question. It feels it's several feelings that I have at this moment. If I think about what happens in such a short timelines, I feel very happy and proud of what we have been able to do as a team. And on the other side, I keep feeling, of course, a bit scared of what can happen and how to overcome the next steps. You know, if I just remember when we started, our problem was how to translate the idea into a prototype, right? And then as soon as you reach that step, you keep seeing the next ones, and you kind of forget what you did, and you feel always like at the bottom of the mountain.
Because the next step is always higher, right?
Yeah. But I feel completely very, very happy and satisfied because it means that what we brought and we're bringing to the market is what is needed.
Yeah, definitely. So you because of this so recent success of raising 1.7 million with the support of the Investor Network, you have recorded a podcast with Caroline, so the manager of the EIT Health Investor Network. And the link for this podcast would also be available in the comment sections for our audience to listen. It's a very short recording. But in this podcast, you mentioned that you quit your job to pursue your startup dream. That's very, very brave. So tell us, was this a leap of faith? Tell us a bit how PatchAI was born.
Yeah, that's an interesting piece of thoughts that I always have, because my family told me that I was completely crazy, because you know, when you get a permanent job in a public environment, that's you're set for life, right? For me, it was different, because as a research nurse, I was trying to implement innovation in the daily routine, in order to improve the processes and to improve the care of the patients. And it was there that I started feeling a lot of barriers, and I couldn't have the power also to keep my decision and to try to implement really what I wanted. I did some, I could have done more, but I felt like the boundary is too close to me. I wanted more. And it was during my work as a research nurse, conducting clinical trials, testing new molecule, breakthrough therapies.
In Italy, right? You were in Italy.
In a research hospital. I was actually looking for something that I could have implemented on my daily routine, in order, you know, to keep engaging patients in between the visits, to hear from them, to automatize the process, and to keep collecting a lot of data that I was collecting via WhatsApp or via a phone call. And when the idea came up, the idea of PatchAI came up, I was there, and I was looking for something, and I couldn't find anything. Then I researched a bit, and I found that actually was a pain for the entire market: how to engage patients, how to collect valuable data. And also I saw, you know, that there wasn't anything like what I was thinking, and that's where I actually said, okay, what am I missing here? Okay, a lot of things, but first of all, I was missing the business studies. So I just quit my job, and I enrolled in a master of business in healthcare.
Wow, just like that. Wow, that's very inspiring. Did you? And you started with the PatchAI idea in your master, so it was already a project of your master.
Yeah, it was another fight with the professors, because during the course there was an entrepreneurship course, where at the beginning we were asked to work on a business plan, to simulate the creation of a startup. And I remember that the topics were assigned, so we could pick one of the startup ideas that the teacher gave us. But I said, guys, when the group was formed, I said, guys, I don't really like working on something that cannot be translated in reality. Why don't we work on something that I have in my mind? And then it was there that actually we built after we fought with professors, but then they appreciated it. So we actually born among, you know, the different courses in Bocconi School of Management.
And your team for that project or for that discipline are they still in your team? Were they the beginning of your team, or were just colleagues that you?
Yeah, some of them, yes. We were more, of course. And then physiologically, some of them detached from the team as soon as we were going steps ahead. And yeah, the current team is founded by 3 out of 4 is from Bocconi, where we're working on this entrepreneurship idea, and the 4th one is from Padova, one of my past colleagues.
Yeah, cool. So this is a very good tip for everyone who's listening, because there are several ways, and I think at some point things just happen like spontaneously, but the teams are formed like this. So you need to have everyone onboarded in the idea and not being like forced into something by some professor or anything. It's a really nice tip. Let me just remind our audience that they can make questions in the comment sections on LinkedIn and Facebook. I'm seeing some questions here, but we're going to answer more to the end of this conversation. So please just drop any thoughts, questions you might have for Alessandro or our team, and we'll pick some at the end. So in the last 2 years, and this is what we are seeing here on the screen, in the last 2 years, you have participated and won several awards, have participated in several acceleration programs, pitch competitions, and in you already count with at least 5 programs from the EIT Health journey, and this is what we are seeing on the screen. Your participations in EIT Health Accelerator programs. So you have here a mean to compare how the EIT Health programs differentiate from all the other programs that you participated in, and what was like the real added value, because it's not only about receiving grants, but what was the real value for your journey? And if you can just elaborate a bit on each of the programs that you went through, that for our audience to learn a bit more, that would be great.
No, thank you. That's a very interesting one. So if I think to myself in the past, when we were looking around at acceleration program, the first thing that now completely changed, and I'm gonna give you my thoughts right now, was okay, they don't ask anything in return, they are good. Because someone told me if for accelerating or incubating yourself, they ask you something, think about it, because it might be not worth it. But then when I think about it now, what's different from EIT compared to the other acceleration is that I think is really related to the vision and mission of EIT, because you guys have a vision of nurturing entrepreneurship, and as an independent body of the European Union, you do that for free and you really care about it. So I think that the vision drives your added value. But what's the added value? The thing is that you really can find, and you guys, all of you guys that are listening here, you can find really every single step of what you need across the different level of maturities that will bring you from scratch to Series A onwards. EIT offer it. So, you know, as you see in the slide, we're participating in the Stars Awards when we were little, we were prototyping and then trying to launch an MVP. And then there is the EIT Gold Track that is to scale up, as well as the Catapult at the European level, or they give you access to research hospital and private and public partners to test your solution in the healthcare, because this is a very specific niche market where we are the health one. And this is one of the added values. So getting a kind of linear flow across the several different steps of the maturity level of your company. On the other side, what's different is that many accelerators usually tend to also work in silos. They work with the startup A, with startup B, with the startup C. In many workshops and meetings and groups of the EIT during the acceleration, they actually bring all together the several entrepreneurs. And that's a very important part of the added value, because you keep meeting and networking with people that either experienced your problems already and they solved it, or they're experiencing the same problems as you do. And talking with them usually come up with not only networking, but new friends, and also, especially on the business side, solutions to your problems and potentially partnerships to join forces.
That's really cool, because that's exactly what EIT Health is the network. We leverage the network. But so for the audience, the journey that Alessandro was talking, they started in InnoStars Awards, where it's for MVP stage companies, and you get a smaller grant and some training boot camps to fine-tune your business model, to know exactly what you have to do to reach the market. And then he moved to, well, the Living Labs and Testbeds to run some validations. And then he moved to the Catapult. And the Catapult is for companies that have already either raised €500,000 in funding, private or public, or have that same amount in sales, so one another, and they're looking for visibility in the European landscape, so in front of investors, but also industry partners. And then invest a network for companies raising seed, Series A's, and looking to grow, of course. so the catapult last year, it was online. So the workshops and the trainings you had were online, and of course this it doesn't work as well as when we are presential. But can you talk about the experience through the different stages of the catapult, the kind of like mentors, investors, the access you had, the people you met during the program?
Absolutely. So, of course, sometimes being physically present at an event has some benefits, but I think that the catapult was extremely successful. So also, if I think that was on the first lockdown period, and EIT should have organized everything shift from a physical to a virtual over the night. So that's already something good. During the different steps, they were built ad hoc for you. So the point is that EIT, together with very specific mentors that are assigned to your company based on your needs, brings you step by step, hand in hand, onto your problems, and they try to get and press the button, the right buttons, in order to really let you solve the problem. So it's not about how good we are, I have the best startup ever, I'm a unicorn. No, the point is that tell me where you have problems face to face, and let's start working on them. So we are good to pitch around and say everything, but when you start an acceleration, you need to unfold your cards, and with them you can do it because they really help you in doing that. And another value also is that we participated in several programs, and there was a gap of timing in between the end and the start of another. But the added value that we had, and we keep having with the EIT, is that once you become alumnus, you actually, there is a kind of proactivity from them, especially to keep talking to you, to keep involving in several activities, to try to understand what's going on and to keep helping you. And thus, my suggestion is also, if you enter one of the programs that is not easy to enter, but like, guys, try even 2-3 times consecutively, keep being proactive with them, because they reply, they help you, and they keep supporting you, because you actually marry with the EIT, and you're part of them for the rest of the company lifetime.
And for the audience that doesn't know, before we going live, Alessandro and I, we were chatting like in the back stage. I was like, Alessandro, have you seen this opportunity? He's like, yeah, I think I was okay. We need to talk after this. So this is what we do. Okay, so just for the ones that have just joined us, this conversation and all the previous 2 conversations that we had, they will be available and are available in EIT Health InnoStar's Facebook and LinkedIn page. Okay, you can watch it later. We are here for a few more minutes, so if you still have questions, just put on the comment sections. We will pick a few at the end. All the information about the programs is available in the catalog that will be pasted in the comment section, also in eithealth.eu website and innostarter.eithealth.eu website. And we still have one more session next week, so don't forget to stay tuned to our channels. So you are now working with 2 companies, large pharma companies. How is that going? What's the next steps there?
It's going very well right now. We're going soon to publish the results showing evidence about the effectiveness of PatchAI in engaging patients, and we'll be able to show an outstanding 95% of protocol compliance from patients against the 80% of the best software in the market. So we really made it using our empathetic virtual assistant, and we hope soon to get out with the evidence. On the other side, we are planning internationalization, implementing internationalization of our product in several countries in European, US, and Saudi Arabia. And soon will happen that too, with some potentially some of the current customers, but also new ones. And we keep growing. So you said we were 17, right now we are 25. So in the last few months we hired a lot, In the meantime, we raised some debt financing, and right now we are preparing for our Series A that is foreseen by the end of this year.
Wow. I mean, all that and the fact that it started with you quitting your job, I mean, it's such an amazing journey. So can you just highlight some, I don't know, what was the best thing about this journey so far, but from a personal perspective?
From the personal perspective was, of course, a sense of, satisfaction in the fact that what I had in my mind is now concrete. And getting a team that is really made of superstars, because that is one of the most difficult things to do, create the right team. And for you guys that are listening, your investors will put the money into you guys and in a little percentage into the idea, right? Because the idea without the right team is not going to go anywhere. So think about involving the right team at the beginning, because it's that will bring the execution and will make things happen. Then it's for me it's like a child. So PatchAI is like a child, and now I see it growing and growing and growing, and almost every single day something pops up. Something new pops up, whether it's an opportunity, a threat, a lot of threats, but a lot of opportunities too. And the feelings of getting always in an open ocean, where today is very calm and tomorrow is storming, yeah. Gets you that excitement, and it's what I keep feeling of excitement on doing things, and restless also, because guys, forget about sleeping for the next few years. If you wanna become an entrepreneur, you need to put yourself really around it a lot of hours a day. Yeah.
Coffee. And it's really like having a child. I guess you also don't sleep much. Thank you so much. So let's now maybe check here a question or two from the audience. Some people saying that you're very inspiring. That they really like that you didn't accept the way of compromise, but just went there and launched your company. Yeah, Tomasz, I really like that you did not accept the way of compromise, but hit in the middle and started your own company. And it takes a lot to do this, and not everyone can afford or wants to do this. And one of the good things is that you can, for these people, they can also join a team. So they have the right skills, and they can join people that are like having the ideas, and they can just become part of those teams. And in EIT Health, we also have programs for this. And then Tanya is saying, my dream is to invent something that could help solving some health issues and help patients. I know I'm super young, but I'm already thinking about going to medicine. What would you advise me? Where should she start? So I can say that in EIT Health, there's at least one program or two where you can start. So there's you can contact our team. There are these events called Innovation Days, where they just join students to brainstorm together and come up with solutions to solve challenges. You also have the Jump Starter, or even the Wild Card, where again people with that just want to have ideas, they can join. Yeah, so do you have any advice for Tanya?
Yeah, Tanya, if you get ideas already, it's you can start working on them, understanding what, where, how, and the why, the usual 5 W's questions, and then taking it from there. And look at the EIT Health website. You will for sure find something interesting to apply for.
Yeah, thank you so much. One last tip. So a lot of people just saying that they are super. Congratulations that you're an inspiration for everyone, and I think that's also very rewarding. So for people, you just recently raised 1.7 million with the support of EIT Health Investor Network. when an advice for people that, am I ready to this? Am I not ready to this? So what's the point where you realize, yeah, we need to go, we are ready because we have this and that, and we need that. So
that's a tough one. That's a tough one.
It's a finish. It's the last one,
Yes.
I promise.
So from the fundraising point of view, don't look at the normal metrics of a company. Think about the value you can produce and how you differentiate compared to competitors. Then, of course, if you are a pre-seed, will be your family and friends giving you money and your own money. Myself, I got like 3 loans already at the beginning, so I couldn't afford my business, and I bet on myself and my team. And then as soon as you had, usually the classical steps is like, okay, you have a kind of product market fit with a prototype ready. So, you show your first market ready product to some customers, and you try to sell them. And that will probably open the doors for a first seed round. After that, depending on which business model you have, usually is to prove the product market fit again, and to try to scale. So try to sell more and more, and to expand to other markets, and to enlarge your client portfolio. If you're able to do that, and in our actually business, a lot of importance is around regulatory and around evidence, because if you sell shoes, you can tell them, the material I use is proof because they are higher quality. But then when it comes especially to platform, to softwares, not to hardwares, but even for hardwares, you need to prove that what you claim that has benefits for the healthcare system and for patients actually do its job. So you need to plan your own, let's say, evidence generation roadmap. That is very important. And that will bring a lot of added value, because working in the healthcare sector, the first thing that your potential customers ask us is that, okay, you say you do this better than others. Can you prove it to me?
Show it, yeah, of course. Of course. Yeah, if your end user, I mean, your final result is affecting more than one, let's say, users or groups of people, you have to show evidence and the savings or the gains for all of this, so the added value for all of this.
Yep. And always try to involve all the stakeholders that you want to address their problems into your business, especially the patient side. So try to speak with patients, involve them at every single step of your entrepreneurial dream.
Yeah, exactly. Alessandro, I mean, even I was taking notes. So thank you so much for this. Really, thank you. I think it was great, very inspirational. I mean, we have a lot of comments with people saying that they're feeling very inspired. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Thank you to our audience. Next week, we have the last episode, and we already been in Poland, in Hungary. Today, we were in Italy. Next week, we'll be in Portugal. We will talk with Joana Melo, COO of New Rise. New Rise is driving the next generation of radiotherapy. They've been participating in EIT Health programs since the very beginning of EIT Health also. So I'm sure she will have a lot to share with our audience. So yeah, the programs are here. The deadlines are in a couple of weeks. Contact our team, just check our catalog, our website. If you want to get in touch with also PatchAI or any of the other startups, just let us know and we'll make the bridge. And yeah, stay tuned, and I hope to see you all here next week. Thank you, Alessandro.
Thank you very much. Thank you to everyone. And guys, just add me also on LinkedIn or Facebook. I would be more than happy to chat with you.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Hello, ciao.